So today is actually a holiday, and my dumb butt forgot that it was, and I scheduled work for tomorrow, so it means I had to work today for some of my regular stuff. So this is a commercial job that I was telling, like, this is commercial storefront, kind of. It's a building, but it's pretty easy. It's all one level. I have a couple things I do on the roof, but that's not really important. But this will be a video like I've been doing lately, where I kind of just clean and give you tips as I go. Some find these to be very, very helpful, and they're fun to make. And I don't do a lot of editing with them. They're long videos. I would say that this one would probably be right around an hour. And then, but yeah, I'll give you some tips on the way. This is a really, really good, also to show you, I talk to a lot of you all the time about storefronts, and a lot of you get very, are very like, well, there's this on the windows, there's that on the windows, and I always say, hey, like, you know, commercial storefront most of the time, unless otherwise talked about, is pretty straightforward, as in wash, squeegee, detail, move on. I always say the most important things on like commercial storefronts is doors. Always making sure you get the doors really well. You're doing everything really well, but there's some things where you don't need to take as much time as you do with like residential and different stuff like that. So let me get my tools together, and you know, once again, if you're new to the channel, I'll kind of show you what I get together for something like this and the tools that I use, and then yeah, we'll clean this building and be kind of just a fun chill video if you'd like to watch it. Let's go. Okay, so tool belt, as always, many of you know. I got a silencer, got my tool pouch. I don't really need much for this job. If you're doing commercial storefront, I do always carry a razor for tape if I see that on doors. As you can see here, I have this duct taped, because these will kind of clip off sometimes and stuff like this. I got a frame squeegee here. I don't need a track brush, so I'll actually take that out. So that's it as far as that goes. And then when I do larger windows like this, I do like to have a mop that just holds a lot of water, so that I'm not dipping my mop constantly. That's a big thing to me, is just to be able to work quickly and efficiently. We'll get Squeegee Life towel, just a good detail towel on my Maker handy sleeve, and I put that right in the back of there. And if I have any pole work now, I always detail with that. Another way you can detail on a pole, of course, is just putting in the towel around the tip. Sometimes what you can do too, people always ask me, how do you tie your towel onto your pole tip? So just do it like this, like that, and then you tie it to your pole tip. Simple as the thing as it is, a lot of people ask about it. This towel is dirty, so we don't use that. In here today, I have some Gladiator. This is a nice soap. I'm actually soon going to be doing a video on GG3, Glass Game 3, and then with some high slide in it. So I have this, and I have this, which is just an additive. It's going to be hot today. Luckily, I don't have a crazy long day. And then I don't have much pole work here, but I will use this at some point here. But yeah, we'll use that mop. I like this mop, but I always find that this mop is a little bit too big for any T-bar, even the Sorbo T-bar, which is like the largest T-bar. But I just want something that has a lot of water. Usually in this pouch here, I'll have some sort of walnut pad or something. I won't use it on this, but I'll put it in there. And then, oh, squeegee wise here, I will use my 18-inch Unger. This rubber has lasted forever. I say Unger, but this is Ederay Unger Mormon. That should be fine for this job. And then I'll also get my 14er out. So I'll have my 14 and my 18 for this whole job. And then actually, I need to use my 6-inch frame squeegee here because of one certain window. There you are. Look at all these tools in here. It's just crazy. This is my This is my fun tool shelf of just all of my squeegees. Most of it is brass. Then I've got some fun ones in there, like this one. This one's the coolest by far, so I don't even like using it because it looks so cool. Okay, let's get going. I'll also get my techno pad out here. Van still going great. Love this van. This van, I don't think I could have a better van. I love the ProMaster, but man, this has been awesome. I really love it. Now what we'll do for fun, we'll start in the sun. We'll just get these done over here. So many people ask me about windows like this, on how to get them good. And it's super hot right now. We'll go do this other window that I do always. It's a lot of fun. First, sometimes what I do here too is go around before I get started and clean off the cobwebs, but it doesn't need it this time. That's that. We'll clean away our frame here. And we'll also, even though we don't have a little cobweb thing with us, we'll just use this to get off some of that stuff. Getting your cobwebs off is a nice thing to do for your customers. So I could do this window with my flick pad, but I know for how hot that window is, it's not gonna be enough water. So as weird as it is, this will actually probably be better, because this thing holds so much water. I can just get a ton of water up there, and hopefully it'd be quick enough with my mop or my squeegee to get it squeegeed off. See it smoking. I just start there. Pull it down to where I can squeegee. Oh, I messed up. Boom. That's that. Get some more solution here. I'm gonna go back in the weeds here. Now, one thing important that I just forgot is, even when I clean places often, I'll always detail the top. It's just important. I think actually it's easier to go back behind here. That bird just flew into the window. And I'll just work as I go here. So one thing about this job is you have pretty deep frames. So this handle works out nicely for being able to close out. Just like that. And then clean off solution. Give it a little rag there. A little rag there. And that stuff all good off. She always gets annoying dealing with where people don't cut anything, but what can you do? It's part of the job. I got the set at 40. I'll still start from right there. And just come down. Got a little drip a drip. Now, I can do that when I do a place often because it's pretty well. Oh, these are the pokey ass bushes. But I can do that, oh my gosh, with a window like that I clean often because it's not gonna leave really a scuff behind. Hardly ever wear my hat backwards. So this is like the same as the, what's that tiger one from Poolex? The micro tiger sleeve. It's just green and white, similar to the one that's on the new uni handle. I'll tell you what, it's fun to test out a lot of different stuff, but I've gotten to the point where I'm pretty stubborn about what I like to use every day that makes my days go well. So I'm pretty stuck on the tools that you see me using in this video, because those are the tools that I enjoy working with. Because it just works so nice. Set that on my rubber. Good enough. So you see, even with the high slide and there, that additive, I have quite a bit of time on hot glass like this. I mean, super shiny and going quick. Same thing here. Clear off my frame. These painted frames like this always look like crap. Nothing you can do about it. Just hope that the customer one day fixes it. Bush suck bad. This is the only kind of crappy part on this particular job. It's just this first area here. Actually, usually I do it last, which is funny. What I always try to do too is I just try and do as many windows as I can with one dunk before I go back to my bucket. Windows like this, up-down technique is going to be the quickest. Just like that. And at the end you can just clear your debris. And windows here, what I like to do, because I clean these often, is I like to hit my edges real good. This one's actually pretty dirty, so I'm going to give it a good scrub. And then a very relaxing technique is just the double arm technique. Boom. I do not use my my regular squeegee that I use all the time anymore to clean frames. I've done that time to time, and I just don't like how it messes up the squeegee rubber so quick. So you see, we've done one dunk on this mop, and it's done quite a bit of windows. doors like this that hardly have any seal on it. Super easy for non-detailing, really. Usually, the only place I usually have to detail is my top right. Sometimes I'll hit here just for fun, but you see, it's like nothing left there. Okay, let's get these two done, then we'll get another dunk. You could start at the bottom here, come all the way up. Usually have some detail with that technique, but works pretty good. Let me go get my bucket. It is important though, when doing this kind of stuff, not to just go step on all of their plants. I always try to be careful. If there's too much in the way, you could pull all this stuff as well. And if you pulled this, you would just stand out beyond the bushes and use the 10 degree on this, or using Unger 0 degree. It will be fine. See, when the windows are clean, it's all the scrub you need. I think as beginning window cleaners sometimes get so about getting that perfect shine and truly impressing the customer, which is great, and is the over idea to make a really, really good product, right? But the thing that you have to remember, if you're cleaning like I am, or cleaning with a squeegee and mop and doing proper techniques, is that the windows are going to look way better than what anybody that doesn't have any experience in cleaning windows can do. So that's the thing, is that I wouldn't stress commercial work too much, or like, not that you don't want to do quality work, but if you're also doing a place like this every, let's say 4 weeks, everything is pretty clean. Like, one thing on this building is there's about 5 windows that are severely hard water that we'll look at in the back. But the thing is with what I do, it keeps them looking very clean for the business. Usually, unless the person owns the building or is just a clean freak, are they going to be interested and you know, cleaning hard water off windows and different stuff like that, because it's something that's going to happen again unless they rip out their lawn or stuff like that, which is not an option. So a lot of the times I hear from you guys, and you guys are stressed out about very minute small things, and I always encourage just to relax, just go clean, and don't worry about it overly too much. It's Labor Day today, so nobody is here. I should have taken the day off, to be honest. I always take holidays off, and I just don't know. Schedule just got away from me. I scheduled stuff like 2 months ago on tomorrow, so I gotta get my regular work done today. And luckily, the other stuff I do is open, so that works out. And then this, just being outside only, is not too bad. So usually I would take out my combo squeegee for what I'm going to show you, but this is like one of the only areas I do it. If you don't have a mop big enough, you just do this. Just make sure your swivel is tight and you're good to go. So why did I get my 6-inch? Oh, because I did. One swipe killer. And then we get really lucky and we have a 2 double one swipe killers. And then we'll just boom. Then I usually use my bath towel right here, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this towel first. We're gonna detail there, we'll wipe that up a little bit, and then we'll use this. And I'll wipe these just to give that good finish. Now, 14 is not great for this door, but when you already have a tool out, the reason I did 14 is because it was like a one swipe killer, is instead of switching out and get my 18 for the door, which I would usually use for a door, I already got the 14 in hand. 14 is going to do fine, so we just use this. Then while we're down here, we will clean off our frames. If you're wondering why I don't use a microfiber for that, is that in one job you could get a lot of water on your frames, so a detail squeegee works best. Okay, get our bucket. Make sure we're still recording. The job might take me a little longer than usual just because of talking, and I'm not in any rush. It's one thing about window cleaning that's interesting is that if you think that you can go super quick all day. I used to work with some guys, not 2020, but before that, where these guys, the first 3 jobs of the day, would try to go as fast as they could. And they'd always beat me in the first few jobs. Then I just like to keep a same pace all day. Does it get tiring? Yeah, but it's a pace at which you can just go all day and get a full 8-10 hour day in. But it's not always fun to clean windows for 10 hours a day. Now this was a mistake. I did not mean to grab my 14 for this.
I wouldn't suggest using a 14. This time, I will switch to my 18.
Oh, watch out for plants. They will steal your tools.
Be careful of that. I've had my scraper stolen. I've had mini tools stolen from plants. One thing I don't do, but I'll do in like this situation, is mop up a bunch of windows at once. Some people really like doing that, where they'll go down, they'll mop up like all 3 of those and then squeegee all of them. I don't. I like to kind of stay in one particular area. I find that running back and forth is actually more tiring, just like I was talking about, than that just working smarter, not harder. That's all up for debate as far as what that actually means. Is easier than not. If I have a row of windows and not a bunch of bushes in between me, I will just clean as many as I can without changing my tools. What you'll see me do sometimes is I even follow my mop after even squeegeeing a whole window, which really doesn't have a lot of, you know, why do I do that? It's just because it's easier than putting this back in my belt and doing it. I just easily rest on the window with this hand while I'm squeegeeing, and it's kind of relaxing and it looks cool. Big glass is definitely my favorite. Like jobs like this, if it was a bunch of cut up windows, it would not be the most fun job. But because it's just all big windows, it doesn't cost the customer too much, and it's fun for me to do. We'll go through. There are frames. Just check for any huge drips. Nothing. Little one. Run it super close to the top. And then when I use a 14 like this, I'm almost cleaning a little bit, but it's only because it's already pretty clean that works. And I don't wanna go home. And once again, this is an area where there's some big old windows. They go quick. I'm in no rush, so usually I'd mop multiples of those, but I don't really care right now. So I've talked about this actually in a pro window cleaning video. So you could do this a couple different ways. You could start up there, squeegee down with an angled window. It's always better to start at the top angle and work your way down because of the flow of the water when doing straight pulls. So you see what I'm doing here, and I'm not getting any line. All right, or if you want to be cool and fancy, just nobody out, so quiet. So you could do 10 degree with this. Basically you start like you were right in front of it, fanning it. You go up to that corner. You kind of want to stand a little bit back to get the angle correct. You just work your way. You might have some skips there right about here when you make that turn. You can go up, catch that skip again, and just keep working down. And technically, if I scrub the whole window, you could just finish that one movement. Nice thing about that one is now you don't need to detail anything. And then here, I usually do this at a 25. I could do a 10 as well, but I always do it as a 25. 25, you can close out the bottom or close out to the side. I already know my left side is below an 18. And that's done. I think it's always nice having a swivel T-bar because as you move, that handle moves with you and it makes it super comfortable. So this is nice with this handle. Look at that close out. That's why I really love this handle. I can just do anything with it. I get questions about this for the last like 3 years or 4, no, not 3 years, but what, this handle's been around since 2019. Just great. I mean, that handle alone helped me get so good at pole work, high pole work, and I think it's, you know, the handle itself on how it's made. It's just made very, very smart. That's one of those tools that I think will be extremely hard to replicate by any company and have anything close to it because of how much stuff it can do. I mean, I literally don't even use ledgers anymore unless it's extreme circumstances, just because of the ability to close out on this thing on regular commercial frames at heights. The clearance of it will allow you to really clear anything. Just some regular commercial windows. Always give the bottom a good scrub. Bottom's gonna be dirtier than the top, of course. And yes, I am breathing because I'm working and talking. I always get questions. Hey man, why are you breathing so hard? And it's like, hey man, I'm working. What do you expect? Okay. Detail our frames. Okay, good. Got a little phone call come in. So then, let's see, we just have this stuff left and then 2 windows around the corner. So really, not too crazy of a job, but I've gotten some really good comments about these longer videos and just kind of letting them go so that you guys can just see workflow. So that's what this is. All of these windows are the windows that have really bad hard water. So they're all super rough. Customers never asked, never mentioned about them. And as you can see here, it's all this grass. So every year, sprinklers go off and get these windows all coated with sprinkler water, which is gonna probably leave the hard water. The one thing I always do here though, because of the landscapers for the guys who mow the lawn, they get some shavings on the lower glass, so I just make sure to give those a good scrub. Only thing that can stink if you do a bunch of windows with hard water is that it can really torch your squeegee rubber quick, especially extremely hard water. I remember a project that I did probably a decade ago, a huge commercial building on a winter day, and every single window was just caked with hard water. Customers were not interested in hard water removal, but I mean, it was a huge building, probably about 700 windows, and literally just water fed the whole thing, and they're always really happy with it. So depends on your customer, you know. I just don't get a lot of requests here for hard water removal. I don't know why. I know we have good water, and I've mentioned that in videos before, but you would think that it would be more of an asked about thing. But even a window like this, it has hard water, but it's facing north. There's not a lot of sun shining through it, so they probably don't notice it a whole lot, so it doesn't really bother them. But on the whole front there's no sprinklers because there's no grass, which basically, you know, you never have an issue with having the need to get hard water removal. Some great products for hard water removal. I really like Diamond Magic. Diamond Magic is great for like mild to medium. That's what I have found. I apply it with a microfiber. I actually apply it with the little Maker 6-inch handy sleeves, and it works perfectly. I don't really like too much of an abrasive that can possibly scratch the glass. White pads are good. I have scratch glass with bronze wool doing hard water removal. That's one reason why I shy away from it. And then One Restore is going to be really good for extreme hard water, and Winsol CC 550, which is super strong. So always be careful with all those products. It's actually why, part of why I don't even try to go after it. One, like I was saying, I don't get much requests, but the possible damage that you can do to glass can be pretty extreme. So that is one thing. You see how fast it can go, and I'm just like, I'm chilling. I'm not trying to go too crazy. It's not like very fun to work crazy. And after doing this for since, let's see, 2008, I don't like to work crazy fast. I just like to work at a good pace, get my work done, and go home. Well, I'll probably end this here. There's nothing too much more exciting to go. I do have a couple on the roof, but there's no need to stick around for that. But I hope this video has been helpful in some ways as far as learning how to do a routine cleaning on a storefront or commercial account that you do regularly. And I don't talk too much about the prices of local places I do, just because of competition. But as you can see, fairly easy job. Definitely make right around that $100 an hour mark here, so can't be mad about that. So hope you all have a good one, and we'll see you later. That says bye if you weren't sure. Peace. You make Star Wars sounds as you clean. It makes the day better. Peace.